Finance, annuities, challenging questions. Hi guys, welcome back to this session. Today I just want us to focus on finance and we'll be basically dealing with annuities, focusing on some interesting, very interesting but quite challenging financial maths questions. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we're just gonna start with this first one. It's quite challenging, but very interesting at the same time. Uh, it's about gap or missed payment future value annuity. So it's when, for example, someone has been paying towards something for future, they're just putting money there. Maybe they just want to buy a house in the future. And actually 1 month maybe in during the payment they just missed a payment, so we call that gap or missed payment future value annuity. So how do we deal with this? Let's take a look at this example. It says Mary opens a savings account on the 31st of January 2018 with a deposit of 2,500 rand and intended to make the deposit of 200 at the end of every month for 60 months. Very important. The interest rate of the bank is 14.4% per annum compounded monthly. If she missed a deposit, very key statement, if she missed a deposit at the end of April 2019, right? Find the balance of the account and at the end, so that's at the end of 60 months, just after the last deposit. So they want to know if Mary has been paying those 200 rands and she missed a deposit at the end of April 2019. Let us calculate the balance of the in the account at the end of 60 months, just after the last deposit. Okay, how do we solve this question? So we solve this question using a method called the reversal approach, or what can also be called the back end approach, where it's sort of like the making of the false statement in order to generate a true answer. So what do we do now? Okay, so we know that Mary missed a payment at the end of April 2019, right? We need to check which month or which number of payment was missed. Is it number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, 15, 16, or so, right? So we know that on 31st Jan 2018 she made a deposit of how much? Of 2,500. Thereafter the month end, so after Jan it's February, April, May, June, July, August, September. This is September. Okay, let me see, October, November, and December. Then and we have Jan, February, April. So it's February, March, April, right? So it's March, April. It's March, April, May. Yeah, let's just stop it there, right? So this is 2019, so this was 2018, right? So you can see that she then thereafter made a deposit of 200 rand at the end of every month, like 200, 200, 200, 200, 200. But then she missed a deposit at the end of April 2019, so we have to go to April 2019 here. This we found that here a payment was missed. So it is which month? So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So she missed the 15th payment. Very important that we know which payment she missed. So she missed what? The 15th payment. Let me just clean here so that we may answer this question. Okay, so we can see that Mary missed her 15th payment, and we need to know how much will be in the account after 60 months, right? So we know this is future value annuity because fixed amount has been deposited in an account in order to get a certain amount in the future. So now this kind of future value annuity, because the 15th payment was missed, how we gonna approach it? We approach it using the reversal method to say we are assuming that the 15th payment was made. How much would be a future value, right? If we assume that the 15th payment was made, how much is her 50 value? I mean her future value. Then after that we go and subtract, right? We are saying because she missed the 15th payment, then if she had made that 15th payment, how much interest will that amount she has deposited on the 15th payment would have gained in terms of interest? How much would it have grown to after 60 months? Then we're just gonna subtract the future value from those interests that the money would have grown to. Then we would have answered this question. Okay, so we are saying we are going to calculate future value, right? We know the formula is x into 1 minus it's 1 plus I exponent n minus 1 over I, right? So we are saying our future value, it's, don't forget we have the 2,500 that was deposited at the end of January, right? So in this future value we actually have this compounded 2,500. So just gonna take 2,500, it's compounded, so the interest is 0.144 compounded monthly. We divide by 12 for 60 months, right? Because 2,500 was just deposited there and just left there to gain interest for 60 months. So plus what was the monthly deposit thereafter were for 200, and we're just gonna use the future value formula 1 plus 0.144 over 12 because compounded monthly. So number of payment that was made, obviously we are saying we are assuming that she made all payments, so 60 payments minus 1 over 0.144 over 12, right? Okay, so after this I'll just use my calculator to get the answer. Okay, so the final answer will be 22,541.57 cents. That would have been in this person's account if they had made all payments. But now, okay, so we are saying this is the future value that would have been in Mary's account if she didn't miss her 15 payment, if this payment was not missed. I mean, if she paid all her payments, right? We expected in account to be having 22,541.57 cents, right? Okay, now that Mary has missed the 15 payment, what would be the balance in the account, right? So we are going to say if Mary had paid the 15 payment, how much would that money have grown to after 60 months, right? So after 60 months of her paying, obviously we're saying after paying the 15 payment towards 60 that were supposed to be there. So if she had paid the 15 payment, how much would that payment gain the interest towards the 60-month period, right? Okay, now we're just gonna calculate to say if she had deposited that 200, how much interest would it have gained over that period, right? So from 15 payment towards 60 is just gonna be how many for 60 minus 15, because the payment was supposed to be made on the 15th. It was like the 15 payment. So the period that that money would be in the account is just 60 minus 15, which is basically 45. So we're just gonna get the answer of that. 1 plus 0.144 over 12 exponent 45, which is 60 minus 15. Then we're just gonna get 342.10. 342.10. So now we are saying if Mary had paid her 15 payments, which is 200, her 200 within that period towards 60 payments, would have grown to 342.10. So this is sort of like the interest she lost by not paying that amount at the end of April, right? So we call this interest lost, the interest that Mary lost, interest lost, right? So she lost how much? 342.10. So the balance on your account, it will be the expected future value, which was 22,541.57, minus the interest that she lost by not paying her 15 payments, which is 342.10. So this will give us an answer of, let me just quickly check it. The answer will be 22,199.47 cents. So this will be her balance. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at this continuous problem where we are actually focused on increased monthly payments after a gap or missed payment. So in this problem, we're actually saying because Mary had missed the 15 payment, right? Mary missed her 15 payment, but we are saying really, Mary doesn't want to lose interest by missing her 15 payment, right? Thereafter, she negotiates to say, let me just increase my monthly payment thereafter so that I may get the same amount I was expecting if I hadn't missed my 15 payment. So in this sense, we are actually saying, so that's why the question goes like, by how much must she increase her monthly deposit from the end of May 2019 so that she saved the amount of money she originally wanted at the end of 60 months. So we need to calculate how much will be her new monthly payment, how much would she have to increase them from 200 to say how much must she increase them so that she would get the same amount of money that she originally wanted, right? So in order to answer this question, don't forget that Mary missed their 15 payment, which was in April 2019, right? It was in April 2019. That was her 15 payments. Now we want to know that as of May 2019, how much must she increase her amount, right? By how much must she increase her monthly payment? How much must she add on her 200 in order for her to sort of like cover for those lost interest by not paying the 15 payments, right? So in order to answer this question, what you do is you take a look at your future value now to say how much was their lost interest by not paying the 15 payment, right? And we already calculated previously. We just said 200 into 1 plus 0.144 over 12 into 45, because we are working towards 60 payments. So from 15 to 60 is 45. So the lost interest, we got it as 342.10. If I still remember properly, it was 342.10, right? Okay, so now we are saying how much must she increase her monthly payments thereafter? By how much must she increase if really now she wants the same amount that she originally wanted, right? She does not want to be affected by missing the 15 payments. She wants the same amount. So how much must she increase? So this lost interest now, we treat it as our future value, right? So it becomes our future value to say, in order for her, remember this is the money she lost, but she don't want to lose it. So how much must she increase? So we want to see now our future value is how much is 342.10, and we want to see the monthly payments that must be made, right, in order for her to get this same amount that she originally wanted. So that's why we're saying we are just going to solve for x to get those increased monthly payments that she must make in order to not lose this interest but to get the same lost interest added to the future value. Then it will give her the original money that she wanted, right? So that's how we approach it. Okay, so let's just go and solve for x. X is gonna be 342.10 divided by this whole this thing here, divided by this thing, which is 1 plus, we know interest was 0.144 over 12. Then now remember this was for a period of was got for from 15 to 60. It was how much? 45, right? It lasted there for 45 months, minus 1 over 0.144 over 12, right? So that's it, over 12. Then we can get how much she must increase those monthly payments thereafter, so that the original money still remains that one for future value. Okay, when we calculate, it's just gonna give us 5.78 rands. So you can see that from here 200, from when at the end of May, she must increase her monthly payment by how much? By 5 rand and 78 cents. Okay. Okay, let's look at this last problem, and it's one of most interesting and a little bit challenging financial maths question that most students might just sort of be confused a bit in how to approach it, but hopefully after this lesson you'll be able to attack questions like this. Okay, so it's actually called interest on the loan within a repayment period. Interest on the loan within a repayment period. Okay, in normal circumstance, we are all used to those questions that ask us to calculate the interest the person has paid towards the loan. For example, the person might took a loan for 200,000, right? The person might took a loan for 200,000 rands. Then they might be paying certain monthly repayments toward paying this loan, but you find that the person end up paying 300,000 rands instead of 200,000 rands, right? So there they can ask you calculate the interest that the person paid on this loan. It's obviously the money paid subtraction the loan amount, right? So this was the loan amount and this is the money paid. So we were going to say money paid minus loan amount, then it will give us what? It will give us 100,000. So this 100,000 would be our interest on the loan, right? So but this is quite a very different problem, because now they don't want you to calculate the interest at the end of like payment, right? But they want you to calculate the interest of the loan within a repayment period. That is, they might tell you, we want to know how much interest the person has paid when they have paid the loan for 1 year or maybe for 2 years. Probably they were expected to pay for 5 years, but now the question wants you to calculate the interest on loan for maybe 1 year, right? So you have to know how to approach this question, and that's why I put it here, because it's quite interesting and also a bit challenging to solve it, right? So it's sort of like present value annuity sort of question. So now let's look at this question and see how it goes. It says John takes a loan from the bank to buy a car for 235,000 rands. He agrees to repay monthly installments of 5,536.95 over a period of 54 months, right? So that's his agreement to say, no, I will pay this 5,536 towards my loan over a period of 54 months. So the first installment will be paid 1 month after the loan is granted. That is the normal condition that we are really used to. And the bank charges interest of 11% per annum compounded monthly. Now the question says, calculate the total amount of interest, right? Total amount of interest that John will pay during the first year of repayment of the loan. Very different problem, right? So they're not actually telling you calculate the interest, the amount of interest that John will pay after that whole period of 54 months, right? But they want the interest that he will pay during the first year of repayment of the loan. We know if we want to get the interest on the loan, we say the loan money paid, we say money that John paid, money paid minus the loan amount within that 1 year. How much was he expected to pay within 1 year? What was his loan amount? You understand? So money paid is gonna be very easy to calculate this, because we just take those monthly payments that he has been making, 5,536.95, then we multiply it over 12, because within 1 year we want to determine the interest within 1 year. So we multiply those monthly installment that he has been making by 12, because in a year we have 12 months, right? So we just get the money that John now paid, right? Okay, so when I multiply this with 12, it's giving me 66,443.40 cent, right? 66,443.40 cent. That is the money that John paid, right? But now let's go and calculate the loan amount, and this is where it sort of like gets a little bit challenging, but hopefully after this lesson you'll be able to solve it, right? Okay, so now the loan amount, we are saying within 1 year, how much was John expected to pay, right? What is the loan that he have for 1 year? What is John's loan for 1 year? So in order to solve it, very interesting, you go and calculate the balance outstanding after 1 year, right? But then from the balance outstanding after 1 year, you are saying after John had paid for 1 year, how much loan would he have be left to pay for the next coming years? So we actually say, let's go and calculate the balance outstanding for 1 year. That is, we're going to use the formula for balance outstanding is x into 1 minus 1 plus I into minus, here it minus into n minus k over I. So that's the formula for what? For balance outstanding. So x is those monthly repayment 5,536.95 into 1 minus 1 plus, so it's 11%, which is 0.11 per annum compounded monthly divided by 12 minus, so our n is the total number of periods, which is 54. But because we want the balance outstanding after 1 year, we say n minus k. K is like those number of repayment for that year, right? So after 1 year, our k is what? Is 12. So we say 54 minus 12, which is 42. So here we're gonna put 42. We want to see from the 42 period how much would be is loan thereafter. So divided by I, so we know our I is 0.11 over 12. Sorry about that, it's actually the space is small, right? Okay, so when we calculate, let me just put it this side, the balance outstanding, it's just gonna be 192,296.20. So this is our balance outstanding after 1 year, right? So this is not the loan amount, right? This is like the loan amount from after 1 year towards the end of 54 periods, right? Towards the 54. So we are saying like after 1 year, which is, okay, let me just put it 12 months. After 12 months, so we have from 0 month, let me say from 1 month actually, from 1 month till this. So after 12 months, how much would be his loan? So we actually calculated his loan amount after 12 months. That is the balance outstanding after 12 months, and we got it as 192,296.20. That is from this period going towards 54 months period, right? So that's it. So the loan amount after 12 months is 192,296.20, right? Now, we need to know the loan amount after 1 year because we want to calculate the total number of interest that John will pay during the first year. So we need to know the loan amount of 1 year here. So we actually calculated the loan amount from 12 to 54. It's this one, right? That's the balance outstanding after 1 year. So, but we don't know the loan amount here within 1 year. What is the loan amount? So to get that loan amount, I'm just gonna write it here. That loan amount, let me just write it as the loan amount once. Loan amount within 1 year, it's just gonna be the total loan, which was 235,000 rands minus that loan from 12 to 54 here. This loan from 12 to 54, which is 192,296.20. So it will give us now the loan amount within 1 year. So that's why it's a little bit challenging like that, because you have to calculate balance outstanding after 12 months. Then you just get the loan amount from 12 to 54. Then to get the loan amount from within 1 year, you just need to go from the total loan, which was 235,000. You subtract that loan amount from 12 to 54, which is 192.29. 192,296.20. Then you'll actually get the loan amount for within 1 year to see how much was John expected to pay within 1 year. So I'm just gonna use a calculator and see how it goes. Then it's giving me 42,703.8. That will be his loan amount for 1 year. So now we can go and calculate the final answer. I'm just going to use a different color here. So the interest that he will pay within 1 year is the money paid. How much did he pay? We already calculated this one. It's 66,443.40 minus the loan amount. We also calculated the loan amount, although it was quite a complicated procedure, but what we do in summary is just to calculate balance outstanding after 1 year. Then we go from the total loan, we subtract that balance outstanding, then we will have that loan amount within 1 year, which we calculated to be 42,703.8, right? So let's now calculate the interest. I'm really sorry for just a messy procedure and just messy steps here. It's just a small space, but let's see what will be the final answer. So we're just gonna get the final answer. We subtract that one from that one. It's gonna give me, I'll just put the final answer maybe somewhere down here. I hope you'll be able to see it. Let me put it down here. It's just gonna be 23,739.6. This will be the interest that John would have paid over during the first year of him repaying the loan. Okay, this marks the end of our session. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for joining me. and enjoy the rest of your day. That's it from me, Don Dibuo. Goodbye.